Hey, 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 everybody. Michelle is here on this day. I don't know what the day is, but like I said, it's on the cell phone. Everything is documented on the cell phone. The time and place and everything that I do, and they can trace when I said it and the date and time. So I'm not all that concerned, but sometimes I like to say stuff. So as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and just say it just in case. Stand by. February 22nd, 2023 on a Wednesday. All right, cool. So something just came to me and I just thought I'd share it. Since I'm sharing every goddamn thing else, right? Why not, right? So I'm thinking about love. I guess because, it was just a Valentine's Day. I got love on the mind, I guess. And so I just want to share some things of what I'm discovering about it. Um, so what's happening with all of us, not to mention being overpopulated, um, and not being in touch with our natural instincts of especially sensing and receiving. I just think we're crashing our thoughts into each other, as I've always said, because we're not controlling our thoughts. We're crashing our thoughts into everything, and remember, we got billions of people doing that, so it creates massive confusion because our thoughts are energy, and so we have all this chaotic energy flowing through the world and through the universe. And I don't care what anybody says. They would rather they want to feel the love of another human being, despite what they say. I mean, yes, it is important to have a career and be able to um, do what you need to do to survive, which is your responsibility, and as well as your responsibility to provide for yourself, be held responsible for yourself. Ow, I hurt my toe, or something's going on with my toe. So those things are extremely important. And that's a basic necessity to be a human being as well, and being responsible. You need to take care of yourself, be able to take care of yourself and provide yourself with the basic essentials and the basic necessities of life. Okay, that being said, um, you know, um, who when you think about it, who doesn't want the closeness and the warmness of another person in their life? Okay, and I'm not look. I don't know if I said it, but I looked through all of my diaries, and I met a lot of people, and I don't remember none of them, and which is unfortunate. But I know I wasn't intimate with them. I just met them, and that was that. But gosh, I was like, wow. I was really, I met a whole lot of people. Just put it that way. And like I say, I did everything in my power to remember if I hurt anybody, and if I did, I do apologize. And I keep I keep attempting to figure out some things. But there was some incident that happened that caused me, I think, to lose some memory and whatever, life threatening kind of stuff, you know. So, but what I'm understanding about love, which is above the physicalness of it all, is that we who doesn't want to be connected to something, right? Well, if we had just followed instructions that were given to us when we you know came onto this earth or came onto this planet or whatever, the instructions that the messengers have been trying to tell us all these times, you know we're made out of love. Okay, the creational energy, or if you call it God, it's still energy. Okay, that energy is love. So we are made from love. So we are love. So we have love, if that all makes sense. So there's no need to be searching for it. We have it. We have the love. We just have to know how to use it properly. And that's where we keep running into issues with it. Um, you have to understand what universal love is first, is what I'm thinking, and what is working for me. You have to know what universal love is. And also, most importantly, you have to set your ego to the side and be vulnerable. Now, who wants to do that? Not me. No, I'm joking. Child. so, so that's what I'm understanding about universal love. You first need to understand what that is and what that feels like, because that's where we come from. That's why we were created. We were created out of love, so to speak, if you want to hear it that way. So we are love. We're part of love. So there's no need to search for it. We already have it. Now, to find that kind of physicalness of love, like for me, look, I know right away if I want to deal with someone. I mean, and that's probably why I met so many people. It's not like I was like I'm the shit or something. Like it was just I just knew that wasn't it. I knew it. I know right away when that energy strikes me. I can see it. More so, I see it, and then once I see it, it strikes me. Does that make sense? I hope so. And I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah. So, and um, and I'm good with. See, I'm like I said, we are love. We were made from love, so we're part of love. So there's no need to search for it in an energy wise. Now, if you just want some physicalness for intimacy, sure, and that's what Yeah, I desire that. Yeah, I can handle that, but it has to be with the right one, of course. And so there's a series of time and events where sometimes that person flashes by you. Okay, you hear their voice, you feel them, but we miss it. It's like a sort of an alignment. You do align with someone that's meant for you, but we're so distracted with our jobs and with everything else going on, we miss it. And chances are, we've seen that person somehow or some way, either either like I told you about my dad. My dad saw my mom getting on the school bus with her sister, and they were elementary school. Okay, and they knew each other because they all was in the same kind of community. Black culture, baby, black culture, fantastic. Um, so he saw her getting on the bus with her sister, and he saw her. He immediately saw her and like, okay. And this was elementary school, and through a series of events, my mom ended up in the city first. For personal reasons, and then my dad eventually ended up in that same city. You know what I'm saying? For personal reasons. And then my dad, so my dad saw her first on the elementary school, getting on the bus. And then when he came to the city, she saw him. And then she said, "Oh, don't I know him? I remember him. Yeah, I remember him." And so she yelled out to him, and then the rest is history, honey. The rest is history. Therefore, Michelle is here. Okay, all right. So if everything were equal and we weren't so overpopulated, we would be able to register that quicker and know, okay, that is who I need to be with. And but because we're so overcrowded, we just all of this stuff is out of alignment. We're out of alignment on a major scale, out of alignment. And so chances are you have either saw the person for you that was meant for you. You heard their voice. I mean, you saw them, you heard their voice, or you felt them when they walked past you. You have that ever happen to people? And sometimes it's all a combination. Is too. Sometimes I can hear it on the phone call because I do have someone that's we still bond. There's nothing else. We bond together. And I heard her voice first on the phone, and I knew right away from the sound of her voice. Wow, I want to meet her. And like I said, we've been knowing each other since the '90s, I think. We're like a bond, more of a I don't see it as being any more than that, to be honest. So, but we still bond. And, and as a matter of fact, I got two like that, actually. Two people. Yeah, one, I think they both are married. Um, but we still bond, you know. You know, even though we didn't know what the hell we were doing because we were pretty young. I mean, whatever. But anyway, so there's a bonding of love, and yes, and there's and there's their parent love, there's the kids love, there's your friends love. Love them for because they're a friend or something like that, and then there's that intimacy love. The person that you want to be intimate with, sexual with, and that thing, and or fuck them. No, just joking. I'm just having fun. I need to stop. Jeez, that damn ego. I told that ego to step aside. But anyway, and it's true. You're gonna have to have your ego step aside because your ego can get obsessive and be uh, delusional and making something out of misunderstand uh, cues, or like if somebody just opens the door for them, they're just madly in love with that person. And how because we do get extreme like that. We figure because somebody's opening the door for us, oh my God, that is, we get mixed signals, and it's just, out of, and that happened to me a lot, during my development and discovery. You're going to go through that where you just you miscue stuff. I take my ego out and I make sure I assess things properly. And then if I say I love you, yes, you can best believe I do. And but what does that mean? Does that mean you have to love me? Hell no, it doesn't. It doesn't mean none of that. But at least I know it does work. That's all I'm saying. Once you take your ego out, so your ego doesn't get so obsessive and what is that word? Obsessive and something else. I can't remember the word. Take your ego out. Make sure you're dealing in reality. Is this person responding back to you and giving you, what is this person giving you? Are they giving you mixed messages? Are they giving you cues? Because I know for me, I don't respond well. I don't respond well to, you have to be direct with me. That's all I'm saying. I don't respond well otherwise. I mean, I eventually figure it out, but then sometimes, goddamn. And so also the person that's meant for you may get into another relationship with somebody. And you have to respect that and just let that, and chances are you may have missed that chance. That's all. You may, because I don't interfere in anyone's business like that. If they say they want to be with someone else, I respect that and let it be, let it be. And I don't be so concerned about it, and feel anything, that I may have done that is wrong, because you don't need to look at it that way. You look at it like, hey, sometimes you miss opportunities. And I think I said that in one of the videos. Sometimes I have missed opportunities. So, and that's fine. I'm not going to beat myself up for it. You win, you lose. So I may have to just, if I can't have the person I want to be with, then I just have to settle for friends. Yes, they call friends with benefits. But whatever, you know what I mean? So, something to consider, just see if you can, but you have to know what universal love is. And universal love is how we were made. We were made out of universal love, creation, creational love, God, whatever people want to call it. It's energy, whatever the case may be. And, so you have to love nature. You see, the things that you need for universal love is you need to love nature. You need to love the animals, not be obsessive and get in their damn way. That's the part that bothers me. We don't need to do anything. Earth was perfect before we got here. We're the ones that screwed Earth up and in the process about to destroy it. But keep in mind, Earth can turn on you and destroy us, or destroy you first. Wipe all of our asses out first, and then see if they can recover themselves, because we all need to be recovered sometimes when we go through traumatic and toxic experiences. So what nature would probably do is wipe all our asses out. Not mine. No, I'm just having fun. But no, you got to have some humor about stuff and relax and breathe. So what Earth will do is wipe everybody out because we reincarnate. So that's why we need to get over all this other stuff. But that's a choice. So what nature will do is wipe all our asses out of here, do everything they can to try to recover themselves with the trees, with the animals, the insects, and try to clean the air away. So Earth is going to do everything in its power to recover, because Earth wants to be. Earth is life. Earth is love. Earth wants to survive too. It doesn't want to go into the black hole before it's supposed to, because there is a time with that, with matter, like what matter, it has to at some point turn back into energy and then go into the black hole. So anyway, that's something to consider. You Like I said, you have to start loving nature, like the trees, the animals, without interfering. Okay, we've interfered so goddamn much. These animals didn't need us to be interfering and creating cloning animals, and just all this interference. And like I said, at some point in the future, these animals are going to turn on the humans that are there at that time. They're going to turn on them, and like I said, they're going to be stronger, and they're going to do everything. They're going to hunt you like you've hunted them. They're going to be experimenting on you as you are experimenting on them. They have a consciousness, somewhat of a consciousness too, and a storage bank. Okay, so keep that in mind. They're just more of an instinctual, whereas we are completely different. We're more of a consciousness development. And so anyway, that's my PSA for today. I just want to share, these are my opinions and theories and what I've learned and what I feel comfortable in knowing, and I feel connected to that, through my senses, especially sensing and receiving. Not so necessarily my eyes, my hearing and my feelings. They play a role, but there's something deeper. And that's where that's where we should have been, in these deeper realms of who we are, so that we could have raised our vibration. But still we're acting primitive, and I hate to say that word, but we are. All of us, not just ones who want to claim otherwise. We're all responsible, and we're all in this, and we all did this. No, we can't blame anybody but humans. You can't blame animals. Definitely, you can't blame the trees. What did the trees do? Can anybody tell me what did the trees do? Not a goddamn thing. Okay, what about the animals? What about the cows and the pigs and the chickens? What do they do to cause all of this? Not a goddamn thing. It's all on humans. And humans are going to have to reap what they've sown once again. Anyway, that's all for now. And you know what? I'll be back.